The Fed gearing up for what may be the most chaotic meeting of all time. I want to get over to senior economics reporter Steve Leisman. He's got the details. Steve.
Hey, Andrew, call it Fed meeting mayhem. While the Fed is likely to vote to cut rates this week, it's unclear how many officials will actually be voting. With a potential Senate vote tonight, a court ruling today, there could be 10, 11, or 12 voters at the meeting. The administration asked an appeal court to overturn the Cook injunction over the weekend against her firing by the president. The Senate votes today on the nomination of CEA Chair Stephen Myron tonight. So there could be 10, 11, or 12 voters. 10 if the court rules against Cook and Myron, the Myron vote doesn't take place. 11 if either Cook or Myron don't make it, and 12 if they both do. There were several developments in the Cook case over the weekend. I'll go through these very quickly. Friday, some documents showed that Cook told her lender that her Atlanta home was a vacation home, potentially exonerating, but FHFA Director Bill Pulte tweeting that it only matters what's in the mortgage document, not in what were mortgage estimates. Saturday and Sunday, new court filings from both sides, both from the government and Cook, against the appeals court case here. Beyond personnel, the more important thing the Fed has to deal with, inflation running above the 2% target and employment ticking up. Well, futures markets, they are not troubled by either the personnel or economic issues. They overwhelmingly are priced for 3 cuts this year. Now, if Myron is approved, there will be considerable speculation about what the Myron dot is. President Trump has complained that the funds rate is 300 basis points too high. No Fed official has a future dot or forecast anywhere near that low. Myron, however, remains the chair of the President's Council of Economic Advisors on an unpaid leave of absence. So it remains to be seen if he sides with Trump and forecasts deep rate cuts that could sharply drive down the average rate outlook for the committee. Andrew, we could have dissents on both sides. Some people dissenting perhaps for a 50, maybe Myron does, and some people dissenting for no rate cut at all.
Hey, Steve, before we go, and this is always a hard one, people place bets, as you know, before these meetings about what the equities market will do after the decision is made. Given what is, quote unquote, baked into the cake, how does it feel this time to you? It feels different to me.
You know, I don't really have much of a feel because the way the equity market trades is highly dependent upon where it's situated going in. I think a lot will depend upon the guidance and also this vote. How much unanimity is there for a quarter this time? If there is dissent for a 50, that means there could be bigger cuts coming. And how much concern is there for inflation running above target? We've seen also, Andrew, as you know, a difference in the market reaction to the statement and then the press conference. Big gaps there. So I'm not going to predict it. I think the market has priced in these rate cuts, and now it's waiting really on the edge of its seat today for what the market said, for what the Fed says about the outlook for rates. We'll have the Fed Funds survey tomorrow morning, giving the outlook of our panel
so Steve, morning. But the dots don't matter, really. I mean, it's only, you get one vote, right? I mean, you can't sway anything from just it just would skew the overall expectation or something psychologically.
Well, Joe, I think the market has acted like the dots matter a lot. They really do key in on the average outlook of the Fed. All of them together, but I'm saying one number that's particularly low, it could be thrown out in the way it's calculated. But we wait to see where Waller and Bowman are on all of this. So it could be a pretty dramatic shift in the outlook.